Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you have seen the thumbnail or the title of this video, this is indeed my very final video in Sydney. Yes, it's not clickbait. I'm gonna leave very shortly after recording this video. For today, I have decided I'll go and make a run for the icons of the harbour and look back at what I was able to achieve all these years. Well, at least for a little bit. Currently, it's 6 something in the morning. I am a little bit late and I am going for what's under the harbour bridge. I'm going for the Opera House, but I don't know how good that's gonna look. So I hope it looks okay. It's just that the sun and the clouds are kind of a little bit concerning right now. Anyways, I gotta go and I'll see you in a little bit. This is not exactly a sunrise photo. It's more like early morning, kind of looking the best of the entire day. So let's go. Okay, after a bit of setup, here we have the first shot of the day. And before I begin, I'm just quickly going to go over 2 things. One, I'm not going to go over the stats and the numbers like I usually do because at this point, I think it really doesn't make any sense anymore. Second, there are so many fucking flies all around the place, landing on my face, on my arms, on my neck, whatever, and just buggering off. It is so annoying that I actually brought around my swatter for the day, but it doesn't really matter because the flower is so fast. So let's quickly get over this and get out of here because I am just running out of patience. Anyways, 70mm, just like the last one up here. This was, I think, early 2024, kind of under the same circumstances, but after a sunrise over there at the other side of this coast, whatever. And it's honestly somewhat similar, same concept. I just really wanted to repeat that. And the main reason why I'm shooting the Opera House at this direction, at this angle, way over here, is because every single fucking time when I go over there to shoot the Opera House, for some reason I get chased off by security. Yes, I know, without all this gear. Anyways, I'm not gonna mumble about that any further. Same as usual, flashes to combat against the horrible sun right in the background. It's only 7, and the sun's really high up already. I can't imagine what the day is gonna be like, Jesus Christ. Either way, not really anything that special. It's more that postcardy, touristy shot, but hopefully with slightly more that film tone, I can make the shot look somewhat decent. In the meantime, here's the shot I think I took of 2020 of kind of the same angle with the Opera House. This was absolutely bloody horrible, but it is nice to look back at. I think I skipped all the way until 22 or something. Here's that photo. It was pretty nice, but I was in front of the Opera House and it kind of got kicked out in a way, despite so little gear at that point. But I digress. Anyways, enough complaining. Let's take a look at the shot. And we're good. I feel like this one's gonna be decent. I just stacked 3 layers with 1 more layer at the face, so hopefully that works out. My camera is running out of battery because I forgot to charge it last night, so I'm gonna quickly pop a new battery in, get some B-roll done, and let's get out of here. the Opera House over there. A scene that has, well, I don't come here often, but I've been here for 6, 7 years, and it's very difficult to imagine that I'm finally leaving. Finally being able to go home after all these years. It feels weird actually, because I'm gonna leave all this behind and I'm not starting a new life, I'm just returning home, but you get what I mean, right? I'm just trying to be a bit more romantic here. But yeah, I won't see this harbor for a very, very long time. For how long? I don't know. 6, 7, 8 years, maybe a decade, but maybe one day I'll be back. Mainly for my friends, but maybe one day I'll shoot that again. And welcome to McDonald Town Station. I've been here twice, I think, in the past, and there are a lot of trains around and a lot of flies around, so you might be hearing that, and you might see me doing this all the time. Anyways, a previous photo here, I think this was 2023 when I first discovered this place, literally Japan.jpg, and the other photo, 2024, was a sunrise-ish photo, so it was a lot stronger in terms of sunlight. This fucking fly, I swear to God, is really giving me a run for its money. Oh, wow. Ah, it's loud. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, thank you, headphones. Anyways, I'm going to continue talking after this train passes by. And there's another one. Who could have guessed? This is a train station after all. Anyways, again, I'm not going to bother you down with all the numbers and everything. It's just the same thing again, but this time I'm shooting slightly more forwards. So last time I used, I think, around 100, 135 or so with this photo up here, and this time I'm reverting back to the 24-70 strategy, slightly below 70mm for a bit more of a wider-ish angle, because last time I think it was a little bit too difficult to shoot, and I kind of got a bit pissed because that photo did not turn out the best. As usual, 2 flashes, the lights and everything. There's not too much stacking to be done with this photo because there's only one stack with a face and that's it. And plus, I really can't be bothered because there is some wind with this place and it's not exactly great. So I'll just make the best of the scene and see what I can do. No biggie. I think that's about it. And I don't know, anything I need to mention? Well, not really, aside from the theme every single bloody time I come here. JK, Japan train station, waiting for the morning train to go to school. Every single time. I'm very creative. Anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. And we are done. I am probably gonna just pack up everything after I've done a B-roll and just skittle forwards over there and shoot the transitional part of this video, because this is a 2-parter as usual. And perhaps I'll just let editing me and future me just handle from there. Let's go. Right. I completely forgot about shooting the B-roll this morning at that first spot. Reviewing the footage on the Pocket 3 and the Action 5, I found out that I completely forgot that, even at that very moment. For the final video in Sydney, I forgot the very important B-roll, because I'm an idiot. I mean, I can't just go back and do that again, because it's, middle of the day when I get there, and the light's going to be different, and I really wouldn't want to bother set up again. But at the same time, I feel like that's kind of a representation of what I do in Sydney. I fumble around, forget things a lot, just do mistakes, and somehow still manage. And that's quite nice sometimes. This is part one of the whole thing. Before I let you go, I remember very vividly, this place, McDonaldtown, was I think episode 13, 14 back then, when I thought to myself, I was a decent presenter. Looking back at that now, not really, because I used to put the mic really close to my face like this, but you shouldn't. And I wasn't really talking normally or naturally back then. A train has pulled straight into my face, and hopefully the driver doesn't come out and look at me weird. I think the next part of the video is going to be me, I think at Luna Park midday, trying to replicate that shot from early 2020. That's 5 years ago. 6 if you count the actual year in between. And I probably will end the video at the, I always want to say Opera Bridge, for fuck's sake, Harbour Bridge, yes, a place called Mary Booth Reserve, where I have been to so many times, and it brings back a lot of memories, good ones and bad ones, but I think that's a given when you've been in a place for so long. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for this train to leave before I continue. Come on. There you go. Anyways, I think that's pretty much about it for part one of the video. I'm going to soon let you go for part two and hand over to me the other day. There are a lot of flies in Sydney, and it's not even peak summer yet. So I'm going to count my lucky stars that I'm soon going to leave and not have to deal with all these pests. And I can just be back home happy. Over to you, me in the future or whatever. Over to you. Hello. I kind of lost the footage to part 2 of this video. I moved it to my hard drives and it got corrupted, so I lost the most critical part of this video of me saying my final goodbyes in front of the Sunset Harbour Bridge, which is a very heartfelt thing and also incredibly ironic because something inevitably goes horribly wrong, right? So instead, I'll just talk about what I did in the part 2 and just do a little outro like this. It's going to be a lot of talking, but I'm going to show a lot of B-roll if I can, because I want to talk about some of my feelings, experiences, or whatever word I can think of my 7 years in Sydney. God, that was a long time, wasn't it? In part 2, I went to Luna Park, a place that I think I go to once a year, if anything, and the last time was actually sunrise, if I'm not mistaken, at this photo up here. It was pretty good, and you might be asking, yo, why are you going in midday? You know, if you're going during sunrise, just go again during sunrise, it's a way better photo, but this photo, this time around, I wanted to do a midday photo because of this. This was in bloody 2020, 5 or 6 years ago, and boy, that was a horrible fucking photo. But it does bring back memories, and I wanted to replicate that with this photo I'm going to show on screen right now. It's a midday photo, it's a lot better, and just looking at the old photo up here, it's not very good. The clarity is all over the place, the composition is not very good, the fake sun on the right of the photo, nothing makes sense, but it's where I started, and here is the best effort I could put to replicate this photo. It's not a very good photo, but memories nonetheless, and kind of brings me back, you know? Because in 2020, when I first started, I didn't know jack shit about photography. Well, I knew a little bit, but definitely not as much as I do now, and I didn't even do video until 2023. And boy, that was an experience to go back, because I looked at this old photo and told myself, I'm going to redo this, at least for a final hurrah. And here we are. I'll show some photos from all these years on screen, 2020 all the way to 2024. There's a few photos, and they kind of show the growth and improvements from every single year. I started with, very mediocre gear, very mediocre knowledge, to currently at least knowing exactly what I can and cannot do in terms of the scene, in terms of matching things, and in terms of editing. So I would say at least that's a little bit of an improvement, and it kind of qualifies for a final Luna Park dating scene kind of photo. After that, I went over to, I think it was Mary Booth Reserve, a 15-minute walk from Luna Park, and boy, this place is special because you can actually see the, I want to say Opera Bridge, Jesus, Harbour Bridge during sunset with the best lighting possible. So, side note, if you are going to Sydney, please, for the love of God, don't look at the Harbour Bridge at the Opera House during sunset. Go to the other side of the river. It's way better, a lot less people, and the scene is just much better. And I was there to do some photos. I'll first show I think the first photo I got from this place. I think it was 2021. This was actually a quite decent photo for the time, and even for today. But I'll show you the most up-to-date version, this one up here. It's a way better photo, and it is quite literally the last photo I shot in Sydney. And I think it's suitable for a final effort to show you this city. Oh man, looking back at the 2022 attempt, this one up here, this one's actually really good, and I think it's the best one so far of this exact location. But that was a lightning in the bottle, and I couldn't exactly replicate that no matter how much I tried. So, whatever. Though there are 3 things I do want to talk about. I'll condense them as much as possible, and 3 things is already the very limit. But if I don't limit myself, I'm going to talk over this for, I don't know, bloody like 30 minutes or something. So, first things first. Sydney, as a whole. I've been here for 7 whole years. And it was a hell of an experience because I first landed here knowing nothing, and as a literal kid, fresh out of high school, getting into university, and not knowing anything. Just trying to survive here, and I wasn't even that good at it. Not at all. Didn't know anything. And here we are, 7 years later. At least I did make some efforts to try and not bump into everything, and at least I survived. So at least there's that. But 7 years is a large portion of my life, and a large portion of how I grew up as an adult, maturing a lot and at least being somewhat more responsible. I'll say this, if I hadn't gone to Sydney for these 7 years, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because I had to manage everything by myself, I had to survive on my own, and I had to learn how to be an actual adult, which is a very valuable thing that I don't think I would have learned if I stayed in Hong Kong. So at least there's that. Second thing being the people I met in this place. If you've watched the videos, you would know these few people. I'm going to show their faces here. And I'm not going to go over the first names because I don't think it's really appropriate to have it in a video like this. But if you've been watching, you know exactly who these people are. And these are the friends I will likely never meet in a very long time. But don't get me wrong, I'll still keep in contact with them, and I'll miss them a lot. Because these are the people that pushed me through when I was feeling very low. And if not for them, I think I would be in a far worse state than I am right now. And at least my mental state held up, and I can finally go home. But we're not going to go over too much about the friend stuff. We've already done that in the last video, and I don't want to be a massive crybaby again, because I do cry a lot when I inevitably have to say goodbye to my friends, because these are the people that I treasure a lot. So, thank you very much to those people who I've met all these years and have stuck around, because a lot have since left and have never spoken to them ever again. So, thank you. And the final thing, what next? Well, in case you didn't know, I am from Hong Kong. My home is in Hong Kong, my parents are back home, and I'm going back. I'm not staying in Australia, and I am, once and for all, actually going back to Hong Kong and not coming to Australia at least for another 10 years. And you might ask, why? Well, it's very simple. It's just, I don't like Australia. It doesn't fit how I want to live my life, and I don't see myself having a very good future there. You could say the same about Hong Kong, but I'd argue the world is currently a mess. So you can say the same about everywhere else. So I would prefer going to a place that I grew up in and miss dearly. So yeah, I will actually be going home with all of my belongings, all of my stuff, and I wouldn't say start a new life, just going back to where I was so many years ago, but this time with me qualifications and with an actual degree and a professional recognition. So that's all good, right? But I don't know, the video stuff is still going on, don't get me wrong, I'm not stopping as soon as I leave Sydney, but that is at most going to go for another few months, and I might be going on hiatus, because as soon as I start a full-time job, God forbid I spend so much time on these bloody videos and photos. The photo stuff is definitely still going to continue because it is a big hobby of mine, but these videos take up a long time to make and they've already been a big part of my life for 2 whole years, so can't exactly spend too much time on all of this. Though, with that being said, I am, and have already planned and booked 2 trips, one to Taiwan and one to Penang in the next month and the beginning of the next year. Might already be 2026 when you watch this video, but I don't know when I'm going to post this, so we're going to talk about that sooner or later. But for now, I will need to pack all my stuff and actually finish up everything, actually meet who I need to meet, actually finish the unfinished business, if I do have any in Sydney, and prepare myself to naturally go back home. And I greatly look forward to it. So thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage. Of course, I will no longer be in Sydney, so it's mostly going to be Asian territory, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Taiwan, Japan, whatever you think. And yeah, they might be a little bit different moving forward. Leave a comment down below as to what you think of my experience in Sydney so far. And subscribe, please, if you can. It's my final few months on this platform. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in Hong Kong next time, okay? Lemon out.